have a cause, we're motivated, and we have a purpose.
Wildfires rage out of control in Colorado.
This town knows how to get through these sort of traumatic events.
As fire crews prepare for another tough day in the front lines, a local community is showing their support for these first responders.
I think that they were just lazy. I think they just don't care.
What goes on behind closed doors? An investigation inside a Colorado assisted living facility after COVID kept this family out and their loved one died.
She does not want them to get away with this. She wants her story told, and I'm here to do that.
Tonight, calls for change as local and state leaders investigate.
Remembering a fallen officer.
It was different. He was so charming, so endearing, so caring.
Tonight, friends and family remember a man who dedicated his career to protecting his community.
And we'll get to the latest on those fires in just a moment. But first tonight, neglected to death. That's what a Colorado family says happened inside an Arvada assisted living facility.
While Arvada police and state regulators investigate, this family has a disturbing message for all those who can't visit their loved ones during this pandemic. And they're telling their story to contact Denver7's Jacqueline Allen.
Where's that one where they got married?
A search through family photos.
Good times.
For times Sylvia Torrelba wants to remember, especially now.
It's going to be such a void without her.
Her 78-year-old mother, Julia Gutierrez, died last week. Her heartbreak now amplified by questions about the death.
I think they neglected her to death. They didn't take care of her.
For the last 2 years, Julia had been in memory care here at Arvada's Almost Like Home assisted living facility. So before COVID, you saw her 3 times a week. After COVID?
We were restricted. We couldn't see her at all.
Months went by before in-person visits were allowed, and almost immediately, family knew something was wrong when Julia couldn't sit still.
She said, oh no, she doesn't have she's not trying to get out of her chair. She has a bed sore and it's really bad. And I'm like, did you call the doctor? She said, no, we're waiting for Aurelia to get back from vacation. Well, why would you do that? Why are you waiting?
Graphic photos show the large bed sore. Sylvia says she called for medical care. Her mom rushed to the hospital, diagnosed with severe dehydration, a UTI, and an ischemic bowel. Within 2 weeks, she passed away.
Their own records prove their neglect.
Medical records obtained by the family show notes from August about, quote, butt sores. Records also show days with no notes of hydration, food, or skin checks. But the documents also claim staff were taking care of Julia on days Julia wasn't there.
So these records are falsified?
Yes. They have to be. Why are they marking that they did something to her on the day she wasn't even there?
Contact Denver7 has confirmed Arvada police and state regulators are investigating allegations of neglect.
Hello, it's Tim.
Hi, Tim, this is Jacqueline Allen with Contact Denver7.
We called the owner of Almost Like Home, who did not want to be recorded, but says he's launching an internal investigation.
We did some digging and found this isn't the first complaint against this facility.
State records show Almost Like Home has been cited 3 times this year, once for elder abuse. Last year, they self-reported neglect twice, including staff giving a double dose of morphine.
It's too late for us. My mom is gone, but they're still, that doesn't mean that this story should just go away.
Worried what happened to her mother could happen again, Sylvia's calling for change in COVID restrictions, in assisted living oversight, what her mother would have wanted and deserved.
But I'm going to fight for her like she fought for us. I'm not going to give up. She didn't deserve it, and none of them do.
In Arvada, Jacqueline Allen for Contact Denver7.
2 hours from right now at midnight, National Forest Service lands from Jefferson County all the way up to the Wyoming border will close to the public because of our state's historic wildfires.
Our state's fires are burning in Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forests. This is likely the biggest closure of those forests in history. So this closure applies to National Forest Service lands in Jeffcoat, Clear Creek, Gilpin, Boulder, and Larimer counties. Officials say all of these areas are experiencing exceptional drought, and fire danger is a big concern.
And the closure is to keep you and fire crews safe, and it's going to remain in effect until fire conditions improve.
If you were caught in violation of the closure, you can face between a $5,000 and $10,000 fine. It could even lead to jail time.
The fire's right there. We're in it. Oh my God.
New video tonight at 10 showing the moments two 16-year-olds try to make it to safety caught in the middle of the Calwood fire.
16-year-old Shiloh and his twin brother Luca Churchill were trying to help their dad evacuate their home near Mountain Ridge Road. Unfortunately, their home was consumed by the flames. Thankfully, they were able to get out safely.
Wow. Also in the last few hours, we got an update from fire crews in Boulder County who say tomorrow it's going to be another tough day at the Calwood fire, and we expect another red flag day, high winds, high fire danger.
Fire crews say they are staging near those containment lines to try to prevent this fire from spreading. And we're told the east side of the fire is in good shape, but crews are keeping an eye on the north and west sides. This fire is more than 9,000 acres. It is 17% contained.
Denver7 Sloan Dickey is live tonight in Lyons. This is just east of the Calwood fire. Sloan, as fire crews hope for moisture, we all do. The community, though, really coming together to show their support tonight.
They certainly are, and Lyons has seen its fair share of hardships in the past. One corner store here is rallying the community to support the firefighters, keeping them safe.
You're a firefighter. What do you eat? Let's say turkey and pepper jack.
And it gives us all purpose to help out.
The town of Lyons is no stranger to devastation.
Looking back at the 2013 flood, a 1,000-year flood event, we were all evacuated. All of our businesses were damaged.
Instead of floods, this time fires threatened their tiny mountain town.
This is just meat, cheese.
But just like the floods, the owner of the town's local market is no stranger to rallying the community.
It is a little bit of extra work for sure. We've broken it up where we're making about between 50 and 150 sandwiches a day.
Since Sunday, St. Vrain's Market is transformed into a sandwich factory, feeding the firefighters battling the encroaching Calwood fire.
But making sandwiches is what we do.
It's not just the staff at the market pitching in. Residents have sent thousands in small donations to get firefighters fed.
We're also donating water. We're donating cases of apples and bananas, cases of power bars.
And fed well.
There's a level of confidence that we know we can come out the other side of this just fine, regardless of how bad it gets.
So as long as the firefighters keep fighting.
And once again, we'll show Lyons can come together and communities in general can come together and do something pretty amazing.
This deli will keep delivering and let the firefighters know
we have each other's back.
This small town is here to help. And the owners of St. Vrain Market say they are so grateful for the community support, but they are not looking for any more donations at this time. Now, as to the fires and evacuations, we're just learning because of those potential winter storms that are coming in, officials may be letting individuals back into those evacuation areas, not the fire burn areas, but the evacuation areas to get into their homes and collect valuables or winterize their homes as needed. Reporting in Boulder County, Sloan Dickey, Denver7.
All right, Sloan, thank you. And now to Larimer County and an update on the Cameron Peak wildfire. Today, crews tried to take advantage of favorable conditions. They say they were finally able to go on offense tonight. They also say the fire is still very active. This fire has grown to more than 205,000 acres, and it is still only 51% contained. And in Grand County, new evacuations were issued today at the East Troublesome fire. People living in the Drowsy Water area have now been forced out of their homes. Warm temperatures and high winds today created for some dangerous red flag conditions. This fire, now more than 15,000 acres, and it's only 10% contained.
And if you're looking to help the victims of these fires across our state, you can make a tax-deductible donation to Denver7 Gives. On the denverchannel.com, just click Denver7 Gives. Then under the drop-down menu, select Help Colorado Wildfire Victims. And we're working with our community partners to get those fire victims the help they so desperately need.
Tonight, the Commerce City community came together to remember the life of Detective Kurt Holland, who died in a car crash Friday evening.
Denver7's Gary Brode was at tonight's private vigil.
A colleague, a friend, a brother, a husband, a father, and a son.
A community paying their respects to a fallen detective.
Kurt, we're all here because we love you and we miss you.
Kurt Holland was killed in a car crash Friday evening.
The flag that is being hoisted is the same flag that was used to cover our brother Kurt Holland on that tragic night.
Colorado State Patrol says the driver of the truck crossed into oncoming traffic, hitting Holland's car as well as Francesca Dominguez's SUV. Both she and Holland died at the scene. CSP believes the driver, Fructoso Rosales Cano, may have been drunk.
Kurt, I know you're listening, brother. And I will make this promise to you. Kurt, you will always be remembered and never forgotten.
The 37-year-old Holland was with the Commerce City Police Department for 4 years.
It was different. You're so charming, so endearing, so caring.
Holland was a father of 2 young girls.
He didn't see the world badly because he told us his family life was perfect.
In Commerce City, Gary Brode, Denver7.
What a loss. From the number of Trump and Biden yard signs, well, it certainly looks like we are 2 weeks away from Election Day. And in this ultra-contentious campaign, did you think twice before putting a sign up in your yard? Do you think the signs change the way you think about your neighbor? Well, tonight, so many of you are responding to our 360 report we did at 6 o'clock tonight. Georgie writes, for the first time in my life, I felt intimidated to publicly support my candidate of choice. Jerry wanted to test the waters. He writes, I put a Trump sign in my yard. I had a bet in my own head on how long it would last. It disappeared a day before at 6 days. And then Lisa says, seeing election signage in people's front lawns should not have any effect on people's feelings about the occupants of that home. Everyone, she says, is entitled to their opinion. What are your thoughts? We have received hundreds of them. Do you have a sign in your yard? Why did you put it there? What does the sign in your neighbor's yard say to you? Email us any thought you have, 360@thedenverchannel.com.
A Colorado Health Department says be ready to wear a mask until this pandemic is over.
We just have this short window of time to get this back under control.
Tonight, state and local leaders have a message for you as local school districts adjust their plans.
Plus, coronavirus now throwing a wrench into Colorado State football's season opener.
Air quality still not great because of the wildfire smoke, but there is rain and snow coming up in the 7 days.